All right, guys, so this week we're going to take a look at another snatch lift, this time from Andy Bayles. Andy is a trainer from CrossFit Atlanta. He was on CrossFit Atlanta's affiliate team that actually went to the games this year, so a great athlete. He told me he's got a gymnastics background, and the reason I bring that up is because he said that he's been focusing on the Ollie lifts for only about a year now, and he can already lift a pretty good amount of weight. The amount of weight that we're looking at here was his PR. It's 212.5 pounds. Which is a remarkable weight considering he's been focusing on the list for only a year. And that just shows us how CrossFit fills in the holes in our fitness. He comes from a gymnastics background where strength and tension in the body is taught very heavily. And so we see the benefits of that. You can put a lot of weight over your head just naturally with a gymnastics background. So if you're a lifter, don't forget about the body weight stuff. Don't leave those holes in your fitness, and vice versa. If you like the body weight stuff but you don't lift, you'll never be as strong. So let's take a look at his lift really quick, and then we're going to back it up. All right. So considering that's a PR, that's a pretty good lift, right? What went wrong? What could he have done better? Here we see his starting position. He could have puffed his chest out and gotten a little more arch to his back there. And on the videos I've done so far, we kind of go back to the same thing. We're going to look at his torso angle, right? There's his torso angle. Watch his hips and his shoulders. Hips, all right, so he's tensioning his hamstrings there. Hips up early, right? Hips up early, shoulders are getting tugged down. What does that do to us? It slows down our jump. In a word, or in a sentence, it slows down our jump. To complete his jump now, how much more work and range of motion does his body have to go through to get to triple extension, right? Versus if he had kept this torso angle right here, right, his jump will be so much faster. Now, this is easier said than done. We have to understand the fact he has 212 pounds pulling his shoulders down. So it just emphasizes the need for us to be strong in the core, and we need to think about reaching our shoulders to the sky when we lift. So what I did is on one of the lifts, I came over and I put my hand right about here, and I pushed down on him. I gave him a PVC pipe and I said, lift for me. And so I just pushed on his shoulders and he lifted, and it gave him the kinesthetic awareness of, okay, I need to push my shoulders back against the weight that's on me. So here's a way to illustrate it. Imagine there's a concrete block on your back. Look at that artistry. You know, you can't teach that kind of artistry. If you want to throw that concrete block off your back, are you going to do it by raising your hips higher? Or are you going to do it by raising your shoulders and pulling your shoulders back? And the answer is obvious. The closer you get your back to vertical, the better off you're going to be trying to throw that concrete block off your back. So think about that as you lift, and especially as you get heavy. Imagine you've got a weight on your shoulders and you're trying to throw it off. So hips come up early, and what this is going to do, it's going to start his jump early. Bar crosses the knees, and look at that, knees are automatically starting to bend because they have to. He has to have an early jump because his shoulders are so low, his jump is going to start lower on his thigh. That means his hips have to travel longer, which means the bar is going to come forward. Oh, look at that beautiful extension. Fantastic extension, reaching the shoulders to the sky, but still not losing his midline. But because he had to bring his hips so far forward, look at his right foot, right? That weight is tugging him forward now, and it's everything he can do to keep himself planted. Normally what we see is if someone is getting tugged forward by the weight, so like here's a starting position, you might see someone land right about there. He does a great job of keeping himself planted on the ground, but you still see the effects of it. Look at that right foot, and then he uses that weight to plant himself down, pushes himself out of it. All in all, that was a successful lift, right? But if he can learn to keep those shoulders up, he's just going to find out that he hasn't reached his ceiling. He's going to snatch some weight that's heavier than this and realize that he's so much faster getting underneath it because he kept the back a little more arched, the shoulders a little bit higher. And remember, as you're lifting, if you've got a logo on the front of your shirt Imagine you're in front of an audience. That audience should be able to see that logo the entire time. You want to keep your chest puffed out, and that's going to keep your gaze forward, and it's going to keep your shoulders up. So let's watch it one more time. Drops the weight, backs up, can't believe he just hit it. So that was a PR with some work to improve, so a fantastic lift all in all. And if you guys have any thoughts, suggestions, or comments, these videos are posted on YouTube and they are open to the public. I would love to hear some cues or thoughts or any questions from any of you out there in the world who might be watching this. So that's what I got for you today. Have a great day, guys, and keep lifting.